Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Tuesday, 1st of March. Finally, we have a new month upon us, and the closing of this month is quite good. But it's not very significant based on the candlestick readings, of course. And if you're not into the Discord, guys, join me into the Discord as well. Here we are. And even though I'm not so active, I want to say that I like the way you stay cool, even in this heated situation. Yeah, we have to stay cool, man. Cool, calm, and collected. That's just how the trader's life really is. Now, anyway, let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. And there is a level of resistance that Bitcoin just broke out of. And I'm going to show you this one right here. And it seems like it looks to come down to this yellow line that I've just dropped for you, 39,779, and that's where you are going to find maybe another good entry level. If you're looking for an entry, it's going to cool off, let it cool off a little bit. Don't jump into the green candles. We saw it go nearly the $44,000, and thumbs up Bitcoin, that's really good. The monthly time frame, do you remember we've spoken about this on the monthly time frame, and it seems like an explosion is about to happen very soon on the monthly, right? So I'm not going to say that rise to the upside is anything bullish. Okay, don't get me wrong here. The last time we saw Bitcoin going to $45,000 here, we actually thought that the bull run has resumed. But what it did is nothing more than just going on to hit its head on a head and shoulder neckline, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so this is the head and shoulder neckline, and that head and shoulder, we've already spoke about this on the Binance chart, that it's going to take you all the way down to nearly $18,000 unless you don't start to cross the 50k. You have to cross 50k for me to even say that a proper uptrend has begun, maybe to even go to $80,000. You have to cross the 50k. It is what it is, or just cross the neckline. Simple. Now, it seems like there's a simple accumulation going around right here. Okay, so this is going to be another lengthy update, of course, just the awesome updates that I always bring for you. So let's talk about the market phases. It's a very simple market phase definition, and I still talked about the C wave actually coming into play. And this explosion is going to tell us a lot of things: explosion to the downside or an explosion to the upside as well. So the market phase here that I want to talk about is going to be something like this one. Yeah, so here we are, and I'm going to open up this image right there. So we do have distribution, redistribution, accumulation, boom, go to the upside, then a reaccumulation, and then a distribution. Right, so diving into the daily time frame, this is what we had. Okay, so this was accumulation right here, then you went up, reaccumulation there, and then you went up, distribution right there, and then what happened, you came down, redistribution right here, and then you came down. This is potentially accumulation right now. If you do break out for that C leg to the upside, okay, you're gonna still have the time to even invest again, in my opinion. Okay, and that will be good, because what comes next after this accumulation, boom, that arrow shooting to the 50k, and then potentially what happens after that 50k, reaccumulation, and potentially go to the 60, 70, 80,000 dollars. Okay, if it's a big if and a big question mark, if this is your accumulation phase out there and you're looking to break to the C leg, because I talked about, this being the A, the B, and potentially a C correction, and it's playing out just the way it's supposed to. I mean, don't look at me, it's just simple Elliott wave ABC correction, and the C is the biggest one. So if this C is bound to happen, then it's gonna be very big. But still, you are in a resistance. And look at this resistance, guys. You are making this resistance right there. Just look at that one right here. But there's a level of resistance, and that resistance has been hit, which I'm going to talk about just right now. So let me dive into the daily as well. So we're still not out of the woods just yet, and right now you have hit two major resistance level. Number one resistance level is going to be this one right there. The $44,000 is a big resistance. Okay, simple put. How many times have you hit your head? One time right there. Let me hide the EMAs, and we're going to talk about the EMAs as well. So you hit your head here, one, you hit your head here, two, you hit your head here, three, you hit your head here, four, 5. So that's a big resistance. You might consider Bitcoin to go to 46k, backtest this area, and then from there, boom, you go to the upside. And actually that's gonna be something from here to that's not even a double bottom. It's not a very clear double bottom, but that's the number one resistance. Number two resistance that I'm gonna tell you, do you remember back in the videos that when I used to talk about a particular trend line, that you have to go back and retest that trend line, which was, you see this low right there, that touch right here, and this touch right there, you form an ascending trend line from there to there, something like this, and this was the ascending trend line that you have already hit once again. So that's where you actually having another point of resistance, because you had one touch here, second touch there, and then you went up. You had to come back for the pullback, hold this level to go to the upside, but what you did is broke out of it, and now you went back and you got rejected right at that ascending trend line. So resistance is there. I'm gonna be very straightforward with you. Yes, the green candle was amazing out of nowhere, but still you think again, because you don't want to buy at resistance, right? You want to buy down at the support. So let's talk about the support and where it's good idea to buy. Of course, the support level is at the 39,700. That's where you're looking to go down. That will be a nice good entry opportunity. Again, we're going to talk about this later in the video, or if I need to make another critical update on here as well. So make sure, if you're new, join the Discord, because you don't want to miss these updates as well. So here we are, and this is the place where you broke out, and since you broke out of here, you went up, you haven't retested this yellow line, and this is what I'm expecting. And if you do see at the EMAs, look at the EMAs, all of them are still down there. So it actually has to come down and, you know, backtest those EMAs, probably to continue to the upside. Otherwise it could be, we could lose support again and then start to roll down over. Now let's talk about why I say the explosion. And by the way, the volume was actually quite decent right there. The volume was also quite decent right here. So I'm gonna tell you something. By the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you the conclusion and the health of Bitcoin at this point of time. I'm just gonna tell you my own thoughts and my own personal vote for Bitcoin and what it's doing right now. So this is a very good, lovely break to the upside. I'm gonna give it that, okay, credit is due, that this was a really good positive sign that Bitcoin has broke out of this level, but still you're hitting that resistance at 44k we've already spoke about. Now the real question comes on the monthly time frame, because this is where I have been absolutely been cornered. You know, talk about corner someone in a place, is the monthly time frame. On the monthly, Bitcoin is bearish. It is bearish. On the smaller time frame, it's kind of making a small progress. But if you look on a higher time frame, you nonetheless have one candle, second candle, third candle, and these are three black rows. As a matter of fact, you might see Bitcoin just make a pump to the upside on March, and then from there, April, you start to continue to the dump towards the downside if you don't cross that 50k and you don't cross the neckline. Again, I repeat, I'm always gonna say this, that neckline is a big threat to Bitcoin. No matter what happens, you cross that neckline, backtest the neckline. And I told you another cheat sheet, I want Dogecoin to go to 19 for me to even say that a proper uptrend has been started. So here we are, the 19 is what I want to see broken. This level, the date starts to break this level and holds that level, I'm going to consider Bitcoin actually being bullish back again. It is in a bull run, by the way. You still haven't lost that bull run, because the 20 EMA is still being respected. But then again comes the 10, and this is where I am telling you, an explosion is about to happen. This explosion is going to be a very big explosion to resume an uptrend, or it's going to be an explosion where the three black rows completely take over the market, and you're not going to see Bitcoin for several few years going to the upside. Let's talk about big resistances that you have right now. Let's go into the weekly number one, the 20. The 20 EMA, God, good grief, you're not even crossing it. crossing the 20. Last time you went near the 20, boom, rejected, went to the downside, and you still saw this green candle, and this green candle made us believe that, hey, Bitcoin is bullish once again. You made a morning star, you're potentially making another morning star, and you do have 5 more days left to close this green candle. You might even close down here by the weekends at the 39k, and it won't be a morning star anymore. And you might even make a morning star, but still this could be a short-lived pump to the upside to the 46k and then go back down, because you're still finding resistance at the 20 on the weekly. Number two, that's the weekly. On the monthly, the 10 is acting as a resistance, and the 20 is coming in as well. The question is, you're making a squeeze, okay? The price is being compressed, right? It's just like there's a price compression, and when you're under pressure, either there are two things: you're gonna turn into a diamond, or you're gonna just go into dust. So if you go into dust, you're going for the bear market. If you actually embrace the big pressure and a very immense pressure, you're going to turn into a diamond, and then you just go to the upside. Simple. That's the question that I want to see asked, because the 10 is coming like this, the 20 is coming like this. The prices are being squeezed out there. Apex is coming by summer, June, July, and that's where we're going to get to know, is this 3 black cross going to be the winner and the head and shoulder going to be the winner? Or is that Elliott wave theory C correction go up to the 50k, backtest the 50k, and we resume the uptrend, and that we turn into diamond and we continue with the bull run, potentially to 100k or even $80,000 at least? That's the question that I want to see answered. There's one more progress as well on the daily. It might be a very, very big, long kind of ascending triangle forming up for Bitcoin. So I'm going to show you this ascending triangle potentially right there, and the prices might stay in this triangle for a little bit longer until 29th of April. There's an apex right there. So let's say this is an ascending triangle, and you can see that if it does come a little bit, consolidate for some few days and come down to the 39,000 right there, it does make sense. This is where, because I told you the next support here is 39,800, and that's where you have a mini support right there. So you do come down to touch this ascending line, and then you go to the upside, and then you compress a little bit, and then the apex is going to tell us a lot of story. During this time you might see some fake outs to the downside, fake outs to the upside, but the real decision will be coming by the end of the apex right there. And we do know, if this is an ascending triangle, of course. Otherwise, if you start to break out early, you're just going to continue to the upside or continue to the downside. So by the end of this apex, what you can do is break down, and then you go back to where you formed the apex, to the 33,000, 34,000, and even take out this level and continue with the downtrend. And the pressure can become so huge from the sellers that Bitcoin just gives up, and it doesn't go to the upside completely. Or then again, the likely scenario that you and me, we want to see, is that it actually just coils up a little bit here, and I'm going to tell you the next technical target, and that offers us the C wave to the upside from top to bottom, and that's going to take you from here to here, nearly $58,000, $57,000. Simple. That's going to be your next technical target. So I'm not really bullish or bearish. Many people ask me that the predictions and this and that. I'm not making any predictions, and even this green candles, no one could have predicted this one, right? Not me, not anyone. This just came in, and it came in, and we were surprised that it came in. Sometimes in the market these things happen, but the beauty of these green candles is that they give me a story. They give me the next scenario. They actually wink their eyes and tell me I'm about to do this and do that. So maybe right now it's just telling me that I want to make an ascending triangle. And when an ascending triangle, by the way, when it appears in a downtrend, then there's a likely scenario that you're going to break to the upside and not go to the downside. But there's a little bit. So I was telling you about my vote personally for Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you. Right now, the progress is 15% good, okay? 15% good, because you're putting in a low, a high low, potentially a W right there, coiling up into an ascending triangle. This is good. That's the 15% good about it. 85% problem is that you still nonetheless have this head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, and you broke out of this neckline, and you even back tested the neckline. You're not above the neckline, you're still below the neckline, and that's really, really bad. On the monthly time frame, you still have the three black crows. So look, these are very, very, very big rejection points. Okay, you're being rejected at the 10 EMA. You have three black crows. You're being rejected at the 20 EMA on the weekly. You have the head and shoulder. 80% is still just looking bad, and 15% is the only thing that you have down there that is actually struggling to make its way to the upside. What is it going to be? Time will tell it. It's going to take longer, I can tell you this. Don't expect Bitcoin to start turning ups anytime soon. It could do so, but we're going to see about it. If it starts to turn out soon, I'm going to roll the update that, hey, Bitcoin did it. Congratulations, we're doing it. So anyway, let's see. I've already laid down all my thoughts about the Bitcoin right now. I don't know what to do. I don't have decisions just yet to invest or not to invest at this point of time. Yes, in the short time frame, like the 1 or 2 hours, you can make 5 to 6% trades in between here and there, intraday trading. But I'm kind of like a swing trader. I just like to hit the big scores. It goes down, save big money. It goes up, earn big money. I just kind of like have a profile like this one. I don't know what works for you. You might be a scalper, do it. No issues with scalping the market as well. If it works for you, it works for you. That's very good. If you're not patient, but I'm patient, and I'm gonna remain patient at this point of time. And that's it for the update. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.